I have a friend that did the exact same thing. He actually started his company right around the same time that I started mine, and he's built it out to a pretty good sized managed services provider. And I mean, he has a lot of customers, a lot of clients. I mean, we started at the same time. He just approached it differently, and he had different backing and whatnot. And I'm learning as I go, right? He had more experience in that area than me. Still, we both have value in the marketplace.
No, totally. And that's one of the things that coming from a different country, I moved to the US in my 20s. And obviously, I knew, or I thought I knew what I was getting into in terms of, okay, this is the biggest economy in the world and the opportunities, but also, everything is invented. You could think, right? It's like, as you mentioned, right? You want to get into an industry. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been doing services in that industry for years, but there's a space, and that's what I realized when I was working in the other agencies in Chicago. They were serving enterprise customers, and I saw the type of work that that we would do for mid-market companies, and they're like, "I know, they're unimportant, right? If they're not, Fortune 1000 companies, it's like we don't really care." And I understand, right? Because they have so big, the big whales is the Fortune 1000. So percentage wise in their revenue, in their growth, it doesn't mean much. But for me, it would have meant a lot. A $30,000 project for me would have meant a lot. Would have,
Yeah.
you know. So that's then okay, I'm not competing, to go with Fortune 1000 companies. I'm positioning to add value to mid market, right? Which, not to say that I'm the only agency doing that, but there's room, right? Especially when you bring certain experience and you can say that you worked with enterprise before. So every person, they have to find that unique experience and positioning to add value to that niche. And yeah, I listened to one of the podcasts that they help you find a vertical. It's called deep specialization. And they always say the riches are in the niches. You cannot be everything for everybody, but if you find the right niche with the right knowledge to provide them, and the way to add value, you could really grow your business just by focusing on the right, again, in the right niche. So
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that you said that because, I talked to someone last week that he is slash was a malware researcher, right? And, we're both in security. We're both in the same field technically, right? But we have two very different specialties, and he told me straight up, he's like, if a client came to me and said that I needed cloud security services or a cloud security assessment, I'd be directing them to you. I'm not taking on that. My specialty is on breaking down, malware, reverse engineering it, knowing it inside and out, providing fixes for it, all that sort of stuff, right? And those are two very different